All right, Tristan, let's talk about the Cincinnati Bengals, man. This was, if you guys tuned in to the picks, this was my locked in. I would bet the house on it. And oddly enough, I'm moving out tomorrow because my house is gone. The Bengals completely crapped the bed on this.
And hold on. Time out. Your lock was Patriots plus 9.5. So you can buy a new house, my friend.
Oh, there we go. Okay. They were plus 9.5. I forgot. You took the minus 9.5.
I was the fool.
Well, with all these teams we're picking, who knows? But okay, in that case, then I'm getting a second house tomorrow. Somebody else is moving into this house. I'm moving into the bigger one.
Perfect.
That's what's happening. Let's talk about the Bengals, though. The Patriots, did they surprise you at all? And then also, is this just a fluke, or are you really concerned about this Bengals team?
Man, I'm definitely concerned. I don't think you could come away from this game not concerned. We know that the Cincinnati Bengals get off to a slow start, but do you happen to have their schedule on you?
Yep, so Chiefs, Commanders, Panthers, Ravens, Giants.
Okay, so some easier teams than I thought, but that's not, an easy stretch, especially when you lose to the Patriots. Anything's on the table at that point. The only thing I'll say is that the defense of the Patriots is probably one of the best defenses that they'll play aside from Kansas City and Baltimore in the next 5 weeks. Yeah, so and again, it's hard to really know who teams are in week one. Was this
exactly? Yeah.
Jamar Chase, the whole contract situation, the T. Higgins thing, the Burrow injury. Obviously, things haven't been great in the Bengals offseason and their training camp, but this was just a rough game, and really, it was mistakes and it was lack of execution for the Bengals. They had a fumble when they were about to score a touchdown earlier in the game. When they fumbled right there, it really felt like the game got away from them and they could never pull back. They could not run the football for the life of them. The big takeaway is that they missed Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon had an absolute field day for Houston. I think he ran for like 130 yards or something, and the Bengals could barely run the football at all. Third down efficiency, 4 for 11. They struggled to convert drives, keep them alive. It was just a rough go. 70 yards rushing total for the Cincinnati Bengals. And, their defense did okay, but even their defense gave up bigger plays than they should when you're facing Brissett and the Patriots. And that Patriots offensive line, they really couldn't get at them like they wanted to. Pair that with 2 turnovers, it's a recipe for disaster. It was sloppy, and they weren't ready for the football game.
They didn't score their first points until 1 minute and 13 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yes.
That's bad. They were able to score 1 touchdown and 1 field goal the entire game.
Yeah, I
know.
Now,
T. Higgins not playing did not help either. So I guess you can say, well, maybe they can get a mulligan, and maybe week 2 that the Bengals will turn things around.
But you've got to go play Kansas City.
But it wasn't that they lost. It was that they lost this bad and looked this sloppy.
Right. Losses happen. We know people are going to lose on week 1.
But what did we say preseason? You nailed it when you said the Bengals always start slow.
Yep.
Will this be a slow start, or will this be their ultimate destiny?
Well, okay, so here's my question to you. When we're looking at the Bengals, obviously they drop a loss to the Patriots, which should have been a gimme game. It should have been a get-right game. But obviously, I'm willing to give a little leeway. We joke as stuff on this show. We're not like the ESPN shows that come on after week 1 are like, what the hell is wrong with the Cincinnati Bengals? We play it up and try to be entertaining, but we're honest. So anything can happen. It's week 1. We really don't know who these teams are. The Patriots might be way better than we thought. The Bengals are notorious for this. My worry is that the Bengals' slow start, how slow are we talking? When did they turn it around? If they go to Kansas City next week and look great, okay. Honestly, I kind of have a feeling they are. I don't feel like Mahomes is just going to bury Burrow. It feels like Burrow is going to find something extra and put the team on his back. But after Kansas City's performance, I don't know. The Bengals are going to have to do a lot of soul searching. And it just feels like the Bengals used to be elite somewhere in a game. The defense would be elite. The passing would be elite. The rushing would be elite. They would have one element of their team that really just kept hitting you. Their third down conversion rate. How many times has Buffalo or Kansas City played them? And it's like every third down, Joe Burrow makes a play. And in this game, it was the opposite. Everything was mediocre. It's not that anything Cincinnati did was awful. It was just all subpar, sloppy. And it almost felt like the team showed up after the offseason and didn't have a training camp. That's kind of what Cincinnati looked like.
They had 2 turnovers, okay? You can't have 2 turnovers in a game and expect an outcome when by the way, the Patriots didn't have a turnover at all. You can't expect an outcome with this type of defense to really go any other way. Now, I'll give credit to Mayo. Like, he coached a great game. He is well deserved of this win. To go to the Bengals and beat them at home week 1, I mean, kudos to you. Like, that is a great job. However, I'm not foolish enough to believe that the Patriots have what it takes to make it down the stretch. This is one of those games where they win when they weren't supposed to. It's not going to happen too often. They caught the Bengals sleeping. The Bengals have a lot of other organizational stuff going on that didn't help them out here. They don't know how to use the rushing game yet because Mixon's gone. Like you said, they do miss him. And, Joe Burrow was just, he didn't actually have a bad game. I mean, I think he was like 21 for 29 or something like that. Like, he had a decent game.
Efficient, but not spectacular. Efficient, but the big thing for me with Burrow is the third downs. He wasn't able to convert. I mean, that's really the story of the game. The Bengals could move the ball a little bit. They could get some things going, but whenever they were in a spot where they had to make something happen, they failed to do it. I kind of agree with everything you said. I think the question after this game for both teams is, are the Patriots going to be able to sustain this level of play? And on the opposite side, is Cincinnati going to be able to put this behind them, turn it around? We kind of have a feeling and expect Joe Burrow and the team to turn it around. It's how soon are they able to do that? And the Patriots, how long can they cling to that momentum? That's going to be fun to watch these next few weeks.
And part of turning it around, you have to be better than 36%, 4 out of 11 third down conversions.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. And 4 out of 11 conversions isn't going to do it either.
Really hoping you just let that one slide right under the rug.
No. You should have. You've known me long enough to know. I could see when you said it, you're like, don't do it, 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 don't do it.